Hello everyone, this is Excel number 5. As usual, look at the top. If you don't see your name on there, we want you to save your file someplace you can find it. All right, let's get to work. First, we're going to do some sorting by color. All right, we want to match this legend here, light blue on top, regular blue, and then purple. So I'm going to grab this top of this column right here, this color area. Let's click on this sort and filter button, go to custom sort. We will sort by retail price. We'll sort by cell color, and we'll put the sky blue on top. We'll add 2 more rules here. Second rule, same thing, sort by retail price. We're going to sort by cell color. Regular blue is the next one. We'll keep both of these on top. Whoops, this is going to be regular blue. Then we'll add 1 more level, sort by retail price and cell color. We'll go purple, keep that on top. We'll have all these on top, we'll keep it in this row. That way when they sort, it'll be in that order. Okay, moving on. Next one, it says sort the data set from smallest to largest. We'll click on this header here. We'll just introduce a filter. Remember that? We'll just go smallest to largest here. And it sorts that. Next question, we want to sort by alphabetical order. So again, I'll click on my header here. We'll go click on filter. I see that my filter is already on because it's grayed out. So I'm going to unclick that. And then we'll try again. Click on the header, click on sort and filter, click on the word filter. And you can see it's clicking on this header up here. It thinks this is the header. So I'm going to Control Z, and we're going to click on row 39 and right click and insert. We'll insert a space in between this header and that table 3 label. Now when I click on my header here and I go to sort and filter, I click on filter, I will get my filter drop down, and we'll go by alphabetical order. And there we are. Next, I'm going to do another sort and filter by, we're only going to show September. So if I click on sort and filter, you'll see my filter is still on. Let me turn that off. Then I'll click on transaction date, and we'll go back to sort and filter. We'll click on filter. If I click on this drop down, I only want to see September, so I will unselect select all and click on September. And there we are. Next, we want to show Honest Necktie Corp with a green arrow. So I'll click on my sort and filter. My filter is still on here, so I'm going to unclick that. We'll grab these 2 headers here, and we'll go to sort and filter. Click on filter. And we'll do Honest Necktie Corp. So we'll unselect select all. We'll go to Honest Necktie Corp. And then we want to sort by filter by color, filter by icon. Green arrow. There you are. Question number 6. We want to use an OR function. This is a logic function, so we're going to create a little logical statement. If one of those, this or that parameter that we enter is true, then we'll see the word true here. Let me write this out. We're trying to determine who gets a $10 bonus. Either they sold an item out of the New York location, or they sold a handbag. So we're going to create an OR statement, a logic statement, equals, type in the word OR, double click to open the parentheses, and we'll look for the word New York. So any item in this column, so I'll click on the first cell, is equal to the word New York. And since we're doing a word and not a number, we have to put in these quotes. So NY, end quote, comma, that's our first logical statement. Our second one is if anything in this column over here is equal to the word handbag. So we'll put that in quotes, equals to, quote, handbag, end quote, close parentheses. And so we have, this statement is true. One of these, this or this one, is either the New York location or a handbag. We see that it's New York. Let's drag it down. And we can see Bill, Catherine, Pavio, Sophia, Jenny all get a $10 bonus. Fantastic. Here's the equation again. Yay. All right. Last question for this in-class work. We're going to do if function. So the way these work is if one condition is met, then something else will happen. If one condition is not met, then something different will happen. So we'll have, when we type in an if statement here, equals, oops, equals if, I'll double click that, and it shows me a little preview of what we want, the logic test. So if something is equal to or greater than something else, then this is what's going to happen if it's true. If their goal is greater than 70%. So if their goal is over 70%, then they're going to get 10% commission of how much they sold. So to write that, we'll write equals if this cell is greater than, which is a shift period, 70%, and we can just write in 70% here. You should be able to, at this point, know the 70% is 0.7. But if you can't remember that, do try to practice, but you can type in 70%. Comma. So this is my logic statement, my logic test. If this is greater than that, then they get a 10% of what they sold. So the first statement is true. So if it's true, then we're going to take this cell and we're going to multiply it by 10%. Comma. If it's not true, we'll take this cell again and we'll multiply it by 3%, 0.03 or 3%. I'll close this parentheses. Take a look at the equation. And so we know 10%, so since Archana met her goal of 70% by 1%, we're going to take 10% of 28,400, which is 2,840. Let's drag this down to see what the other bonuses are. And look at Chrissy. Doing very well. All right. Let's move on to the pop quiz. Yes, today in class we had a pop quiz, but we ended up doing it in class. So here we are. This is going to look kind of like what our test is going to look like. We're going to have some questions and you're going to have to solve them. This is review. We just did this last week. So we're going to do a filter. We'll grab these two headers. We'll say filter. And we'll say we want Fresh Scooter Incorporated. Uncheck select all. And we'll go to Fresh Scooter Incorporated. And then this one, anything greater than 2,000. So we'll go greater than 2,000. Now we want to go to the next question. We're going to filter by name and icon. I look over here under my filters, I can see my filter is not on, so I can go again. Let's go to filter. We'll filter by Honest Patio Traders. And anything with a red arrow. So I'll go filter by color. I don't see any red arrows, even as an option. Can I do a custom sort? So we'll just leave it like that. Next one, we're going to filter by date, right? So if I go over here and click on my filter, no filter. If this is grayed out and your filter is on, just go ahead and uncheck it. We're going to filter by September, corresponding to this month. So I'll say filter, and we'll say date filters. We'll go this month, and that didn't work. We'll go date filters. We'll type in September, And here we are. Next one. We're going to filter some more. Corresponding invoice has to be over 1020. Here's the invoice here. We'll type in, go to filter. You can see my filter option here is grayed out, so we'll uncheck that. That undoes the previous filter, but that's fine. We'll click on filter again. Invoice. Number filter will go greater than 1020. These invoices are greater than 1020. All right, VLOOKUP. Remember this one? We're going to go over here. We want to figure out what the rating is based on this little array of data over here. Number of violent scenes equals what the rating is. So I'm going to go equals VLOOKUP. Double click on that. Lookup value will be how many bad words, comma. We want this table right here. We need to have dollar signs in front of the rows and columns. So I have an F4 button on my computer. So I'm going to hit F4. You can just type it in manually. Comma. We want to look at this column right here because it says table array, then column index number. That will be number 2. And then we want the range. We want an exact match or an approximate match. We're going to say approximate. We'll put true here because we don't know exactly how many violent scenes are in the film. We'll close the parentheses, and then we can drag this down, and we can see our ratings. So for this question here, they want to know what's the rating of movie number 7. So I'll type in, movie number 7 here. The rating will be equals to VLOOKUP, open parentheses. We'll go number of bad words, comma. We'll do the array with dollar signs in front of the rows and columns, comma. And then we'll do which column are we looking at, the second one. So that'll be number 2, comma. Our range, true or false. In this case, we want the exact match for movie number 7. So I'm going to say false. We'll close up parentheses. It equals PG-13. All right, we can move it to the right. Now we're going to do some HLOOKUP. Remember how to do this? Equals. So we want to find this value here. 100 units of this, how much does it cost? Here we see our array and the cost, so we'll grab those 2 rows. And since we're going to be moving to the right, we don't need our absolute cell reference, the dollar signs. So I'll just go equals HLOOKUP. Whoops. Equals HLOOKUP. We'll double click there. We want to find the value of this Spanish cheese, comma. Here's my array, first 2 rows, including price, comma. We want to look at the second row, so that index will be number 2. And then the range will be an exact match because we want to find how much this is going to cost us exactly. We still have to multiply by quantity, so I'm going to close this parentheses, then hit multiply by this cell right here. Equals. Now we don't have dollars here, so I'm going to go up and put some units in here. $2,100. All right, for Alice Mutton, same thing. Equals HLOOKUP. Double click. We'll go to our lookup value, which is we want to find Alice Mutton, comma. We want to find it in this area, this array, comma. We're going to go look at the second row. Again, we don't need absolute cell reference here, comma. We want to find an exact match. Close the parentheses and we'll multiply by the quantity. Equals. That's it. We'll add some dollars and ready to go. All right, we have 2 columns of data and we want to find matches and find the locations of these matches. In this case, the question is, Identify whether each company attended last week. These companies attended last week, right? The file you have may have an extra blue bar up here in the header. You can right click and then go to your cell color and say no fill, if that's the case, just to keep this nice and even. We want to figure out if this company attended last week. So I'm going to go here, whoops, equals sign, match, double click. We'll grab these companies, comma, compared to these companies, comma. We want to find an exact match, put in 0, close up parentheses, hit enter. And it shows us with this not available, this company, this company, this company, this company, this company did not attend. These do not appear in that column. See, so we compared this column to this column, and we've determined that some of these are not in there. These numbers are the position within the array. So we see here, Columbia says position 2, so we compare it to this column, position 2, right? Constellation is position 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See how that works? Anyway, for index, we just want to find what value is found at this row and that column. So rather than just look over here and type it in, let's type in the equation. Equals index. We want the entire array, so I'll grab the whole array. I had to kind of wiggle around this pop-up here. Comma, row, comma, column, close parentheses, equals, and we have the number 22, which is right there. All right, for this value, I had to go and type in Brandy Cook. See, whoops. It said customer number is C445. And the file that we had uploaded didn't have the name, so I just typed it in, Brandy Cook. All right, so now we're going to do index and match inside one function. We can stack all of our functions in a function to keep narrowing down what we're looking for. And this is going to go to the left side instead of to the right. Normally we're looking to the right, but it works to the left as well. So let's show you how to do this. Equals, type in index first. And we're going to put the array here. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to grab all of my addresses first, comma. Then we'll go match, double click. And we want to find this customer number, comma, from this column of data. Right? Comma. We want to find the exact match, so we'll type in the word number 0. Close our parentheses, and we have to do that twice because we have 2 parentheses in this equation. Hit enter, and there is the address. So when you start typing in things like index and match, they'll give you a little cheat, a little formula of what to look for. Let's try it again. Equals index, right there. We'll double click on that, and we see what we're looking for, the array, the row number. So in this case, the index will be, this is our index, all the addresses, comma. Now we want to find a match. Double click to get our open parentheses. We want to find a match of this customer number, comma, from these customer numbers. So I will put a comma there. I want an exact match 0. We'll close up parentheses twice. So we have 2 parentheses over here. Equals. We know Brandy Cook lives at 2214 Greece Center Ridge. We know where you live, Brandy. All right. Using an if function. So we did this on the other page. If their GP is over 50%, here we're going to do equal to or greater than, they will get a 2.5% commission of what they made. Let's put some dollar signs here. If they are less than 50%, then they're only going to get 1.5% of their commission. So how do we write this out? Equals if, double click. So we want to put our test here and then put what happens if it's true, what happens if it's false. Our test will be if this cell right here is greater than, which is shift period, or equal to, so we'll add an equal sign, that's greater than or equal to, you just write those two symbols in series. Greater than or equal to 50%. 50%. Comma, if that's the case, then they're going to take their revenue, which is right here, and then we will multiply it by 2.5%. Comma, and if it's not true, then we take this cell again and multiply it by 1.5%. And that's their commission. We'll drag that down. All right, using the AND function. Now we can compound these. We want to have different kinds of parameters all equal. So it has to be, maybe we're asking, did they sell a jacket and was it on a Friday, right? In this case, let's just pretend the Friday is today's date, September 13th. Okay, so we'll type in here equals and then we can just put a series of stuff, as many as we want. We're going to say if any cell in this column equals the word, so put it in quotes, jacket, end quote, comma, and if it was sold on, and if this cell is equal to, let's put a date, D-A, date, year, month, day. We'll say 2008. We're doing some forensics here. Comma, 9, comma, 13. Close parentheses. I didn't put my double parentheses, so it's going to do that for me. We'll drag it down. So we're looking for two parameters. Was it sold on the 13th? Yes. What was it? So we're looking for two parameters. Was it sold on the 13th? Yes. Was it a jacket? No. False. Was it a jacket? Yes. 13th? No. False. Etc., etc. We have here jacket 13th at the bottom. That's what it'll look like. Last one. Using the OR function for two or more conditions. So this is more flexible. It can be either a jacket, or Friday, right? So let's type that. We'll go equals, or if this cell is equal to, quote, jacket, end quote, comma, or if this cell is equal to the date, we'll pretend today's date is Friday, 2008, comma, 9, comma, 13, close parentheses twice. And then we'll see a lot more flexibility here. Jacket, yes. 13th, yes. Jacket 13th, nope, nope. Jacket, yes. 13th, jacket, nope, nope. You see how that works? And that's it. Save your work. Upload it. See you next time. Bye.